Welcome to Behind the Brand. This series is for you if you're interested in taking a deeper look at the appliance brands you're considering and appliances in general. So we asked industry leaders about their latest advancement and what's next for your kitchen. You also find out firsthand about the current supply chain problems and a realistic timeline to ordering appliances. What's really fascinating is the origin story behind some of these brands. They're remarkable tales about entrepreneurs who built freezers out of scrap or created cooking products when people were used to cooking over an open flame. So what you're about to watch will show you how to make educated appliance buying decisions, and as a bonus, a glimpse of the technological advancements that are on the horizon, as well as how to plan ahead for your next project. Miele is one of the most recognized luxury brands around the world. They're known for their state-of-the-art dishwashers, user-friendly cooking products, coffee makers, and of course their iconic canister vacuum. And they're still a family-owned company. In today's episode, we speak with the CEO and President of Miele USA, Jan Hecht. Jan has been with Miele for 22 years and has a lot of great insight and advice for people looking to purchase products from Miele or any other brand in today's world. So let's jump in. Joining us today is Jan Hecht, CEO and President of Miele US. Miele is a luxury brand we sell at Yale. Thanks for joining us today, Jan. Interesting facts about Jan. His son is the last recruit for the Iowa tennis team who dropped tennis as a sport as he was arriving on campus. He actually lives near my dad and my mom in Florida. And his resume includes Miele and Beerzeba, two German companies started in the 19th century. Thank you, Jan, and welcome.
Thank you, Steve, for having me. It's a great pleasure, being on your blog. I'm here actually in Princeton, not in Florida. We are here in our head office in Princeton, New Jersey, and I'm just getting ready for this interview. I just got myself a nice Miele cappuccino, so I'm ready to go. And maybe just
nice
you alluded to that. Yeah, my son is an aspiring young tennis player, and he was actually signed up. I drove him over there last year. He was all excited, ready to go. And the very, very next day, they canceled the program. Men's tennis, men's swimming, men's gymnastic, and all those poor kids were sitting there. And they're looking for new university at that. So unfortunate, but life goes on.
Life goes on. It's funny. We talked. I remember you were telling me about your son and playing tennis and the decisions you made. When I think of the pandemic, I often think of you, and I don't mean that in a bad way. We happened to be talking when it started. Wondering what we were going to do when we both lost our jobs. You'd been at Miele for 22 years, and me at Yale. My entire life since I've been 7. We ended up talking about strategy weekly. And how to save our companies. And I found that time we spent together very valuable. Of course, now it's different, right? A few months ago, I called you just the way we did for our weekly, and it had been a while, and you basically picked up and you said, "Hi, I don't have any dishwashers." And I remember you saying that, and I told you I was calling just to say hello, and you felt really guilty about it. We ended up talking, but I have to tell you the truth. I really was calling about dishwashers at that time a couple months ago. So let's begin there, because everyone's asking, when will you have dishwashers in stock?
As a matter of fact, we do have dishwashers. I actually have one in my home in Fort Lauderdale, and another one is in my daughter's condo. But if you mean, does Miele have dishwashers? Again, yes, we do. Our factories continue to produce the highest quality dishwashers in the world, but as we all know, we are not exempt from the challenges manufacturers all face today. And these worldwide issues related to parts, which everyone is well aware of, it's there, and it's not just in our industry. So the answer is we do have them, the finest dishwashers in the world. But Steve, it is a big challenge for all of us at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. Now, how about you? Okay, you didn't start in appliances, right? You started in weights and measures. How did you make the leap from Beerzeba, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, to Miele.
So the exact pronunciation is Bizerba, Bizerba. And Bizerba stands, it's an interesting story. It's actually the name of the founder of the company, Mr. Bitzer, and the initials of the town where the company was founded, which is Balingen. And that's actually my hometown. So that's where I started my career. And Bizerba is it's very similar to Miele. It's a world leader in weighing technologies, and based in Germany, founded in 1860. Miele is founded or was founded in 1899. So that's where I started my career. First in Canada, then we don't have time for that. And then in 1999, to be recruited by Miele. Was up there in Canada, in Toronto for 18 years. And then 5 years ago, the board asked me to come down to the US.
Yeah, you started Miele in Canada, and then in 2016 you came to the U.S. What was that like going from because the Canadian market is so different from the United States market? What were some of the unique challenges you may have had?
So the market is, in terms of products, almost identical. Maybe some nuances and differences when it comes to the Quebec market, because it's a little bit more European. It's French speaking up there. Je parle français aussi, certainement. But in terms of the big difference is just the size. It's scalability. It's the sheer size of the market here in the US, and then we do have obviously regional differences. We have challenges here in terms of operational service. It's just the sheer size of the country, but I think we are doing a very good job managing that. For me, it was like I said, a great accomplishment to be up there in Canada. We are actually probably the leading brand in Canada, so we are very proud of that. And I was very happy when the board asked me to come down here to the US.
Mm. I've only visited Miele once, was in 2004. And the thing that struck me was the warehouse of all things. I mean, it was at that time, the factory's half automated. I'm sure it's all automated now, but it was the warehouse, the way the trucks come back and, the warehouse shuts off the truck, it gets automatically loaded, and it's a personless warehouse. How do you improve upon that? It's funny because we're building a warehouse, and finally I've been telling this story for almost 17 years, and everyone looks at me as if like I'm talking about a spaceship. And finally, as we're building a warehouse, there's a warehouse specialist that we're using. And he says, New Balance has that technology now. It's relatively new for us, $60 million. But I'm just wondering how you improved upon that, just really what I thought was just 20 years ahead of its time, as it turned out to be.
Well, first of all, Steve, it's time that we invite you back and see where we're at today, because you will be extremely impressed. But it all comes down to what we call immer besser, forever better. It's evolution and improvement with a purpose. Automation for us, we use it where it makes sense, but we never sacrifice our quality. I mean, for example, I don't know if you had a chance to go to our range factory. Probably by the time you were there, we haven't started. But in our range factory, we are still, in essence, hand-built with one factory worker following one unit through the entire production line. And on our laundry side, we still check quality by a person running silk stockings inside the drum of our laundry machines to make sure no rough surfaces exist in the patented honeycomb drum. So that's on that's the manual side. But again, where it makes sense, we also have a 100% robotic factory in Germany to produce a line of our price competitive vacuum cleaners. So instead of shipping it offshore for production, we do it 100% automated. Yes, where it makes sense, we'll do that, but quality with no compromise.
Yeah, that warehouse. I mean, people being in the warehouse business as long as everybody has. We all have to be, and it's a real problem around here. But seeing a warehouse that's completely dark with no people in it and stuff moving based on some kind of logic algorithm back then was just unbelievable. But anyway, what you talk about Imre Bisser, you're forever better. And what makes Miele really interesting is the fact that you guys make the physical components to many of the things. I remember walking through the controls, and that's why you have the MasterChef controls. There's 270 people at that time working in that. Given the pandemic and all that, do you see that ending or that strategy shifting at all?
So first of all, not everything we make ourselves, but again, it comes all down to quality. So we look at the appliance as a whole, and the components for us are very critical. So you mentioned, our electronics. So can the electronic M-Touch, Miele M-Touch user interface withstand the extreme heat from our convection ovens on Maxi Brawl to last the equivalent of 20 years of use? I guess one way to ensure this is to build the necessary components with the M-Touch user face ourselves. So, Steve, that has been part of our company's DNA since 1899. We build on quality, not price. But to your question, will this change? Again, where it makes sense and quality is not compromised, we'll do it. But I don't think we'll change that anytime soon.
Mm. We talk about warehousing and components. Let's talk just a bit, and we touched upon it with dishwashers. When do you think it will get back to normal, at least for Miele, in terms of maybe having more of in stock, probably not on the specialty stuff, but say dishwashers, some of your other core kind of everyday things that you sell. When do you think it going back to like 2019 levels, in your opinion?
Well, again, nobody has a crystal ball. You don't have one. I don't have one. Our competitors don't have one. The CEO of Samsung or Mercedes-Benz, they don't have one either. But in my opinion, transparency is key on this topic. So the situation is changing daily right now on a worldwide basis as this unfortunate global pandemic continues. But I think it's crucial that we, with our partners like Yale, that we communicate openly and honestly with our collective customers. But one thing I can say, we launched now 2 new generations of dishwashers during this pandemic, our G7000 and G5000 series, and with true innovation that only we can deliver. So, we went through this pandemic. We are still producing. We are introducing new innovations in the market. So at the moment, I think we all have to be patient. Probably a little while longer, we are going to face these challenges.
Yeah, for quite some time, I think. This is a question. I love this question. You are the largest yet family-owned appliance company in the world. Okay. How do you, and as large as you are, and as scaled and as well-known as you are, how do you compete against global multinational giants? Say like Samsung, they bought Decor to get into your type of business. LG has relaunched their SKS brand, specifically targeting you. GE has Monogram, and Haier's done a pretty good job with revitalizing that line. And then BSH has very popular products in Thermanor and Gaggenau. How do you compete and stay relative? Although you're a large company, I mean, Samsung's just a bit larger.
They're a little bit larger, but we are family owned. And look, we have been in existence since 1899, and we only have one brand, regardless of the product category. So we share the same brand and core values across all of our product categories. Quality, sustainability, innovation, and performance. That's the Miele way. So my favorite comparison is we are not an electronics company that makes appliances. We are an appliance company that makes appliances. So we don't compete. We just continue to be who we always have been, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Touche. Okay, let's talk about the future. Let's get out of the present for once. Now, most of your recent improvements, you talked about the G5000, the G7000, laundry, 110 heat pump dryer, still the only one out there. But you have the twin dose and the automatic dispensing. And I think automatic dispensers are great because it keeps the user from using too much, which creates service later. But what's next for you guys?
Well, so first of all, the system approach is still part of our innovation. You mentioned auto doors and twin doors. I think we're the innovator when it comes to that. But at the same time, I look around here, and again, this is our new G7000 preview, launch at KBIS in Orlando, February 8th till the 10th. Please attend. But another example is what we do on the coffee side. So Miele Fair Trade organic coffee beans. We have our own coffee beans. So what other brand does that? How do we ensure you have the best cup of espresso? Very simple. Best machine plus best beans. Perfect result. So, and then, I have to put in the plug, obviously, selfishly, Generation 7000. This will be the largest, biggest product innovation in the history of Miele USA. So this new line of built-in cooking appliances will set a new benchmark in our industry. So we have increased design. You asked before about colors. It will be more intuitive and will have more consistent user interfaces. We have Motion React, 4-point precision wireless rose probe, food view, and I can go on and on and on. So that is, coming next year. And then the last thing, the future is probably also in new product categories, expansions of categories within our industry, obviously. But Steve, at the moment, there's not much I can say about this right now, but there's a lot of stuff coming.
Must be hard launching new products when everyone's struggling to get the old ones. But let's talk about cooking. Years ago, you were the first with like an interface that made cooking easier, the Master Chef, where you just type in the food, how you want it cooked in, and it'll cook it to the way you want. It still is in many respects, 10, 15 years later, state of the art, but it lacks smart functionality. And it's funny because you guys have really good smart products in dishwashers and laundry. And then the other half, you don't have any smart functionality at all. When are you going to add smart functionality to, say, some of your cooking products?
As we speak. So first of all, we have our automated programs, and they will even further enhanced in our Generation 7000. We will have more recipes, and then we bring in global recipes who have been tested all over the world into this new generation. And then we also launch our new Miele at mobile across all of our product categories. So that will be consistent for all the users, and the user will have access and control of all of our automated programs from the app. And then we have what we call Miele Mix and Match. So that helps customers create the perfect meal with what they have in their pantry or in their fridge. The interfaces with the ovens to basically create your own custom cooking program dynamically based on what ingredients you have. So this is coming, and we are very, very excited about Gen 7000. Like I said, we are launching that in 2022 at KBIS in Orlando. So exciting.
That is exciting. Refrigeration has not been you've had product out that's competitive, but it's not what I would consider to be your prime focus. Do you see Miele adopting some of the new technology like blue lighting and air scrubbers? How does your company view refrigeration, new refrigeration specifically?
So first of all, Steve, wrong. Refrigeration is a prime focus at Miele, and it's also a key member of our overall product family. We are investing heavily in developing MasterCool for North America, and we will continue to invest into that product category. And the focus was on user convenience and perfect storage results. No waste of food. And then we have our Miele Perfect Fresh as well. So, looking at our MasterCool refrigeration, why is it different than the rest? First of all, we have our fleet design with the rest of the Miele product family. And I think that's very, very unique because all of our product families are interconnected, so to speak. One example is M-Touch. I mentioned that before, our M-Touch user face in the ovens throughout the whole product line from laundry to dishwashers to master cool. So that's very unique. And then, I mentioned the integration of our Miele at mobile app. So plus we just launched our push to open that matches also our new Artline handleless cooking appliances. And you probably know our knock to open handless dishwasher. So I think we have a major prime focus on refrigeration. One brand, one family of products, and refrigeration is a big, big piece of that.
Okay. I didn't say I was right. But going back a year into 2020, which probably wasn't a good year for anything, the best single product I saw launched in 2020 was the Miele Triflex vacuum. We did a video on that. The thing can do everything. For anyone who hasn't seen this back, it is absolutely an amazing piece. It can do anything, anywhere, car, home, any type of rug. Do you see the industry going cordless and bagless? And because Miele's been, I don't want to assume anymore. Obviously, I think of it as a bagged canister for most of the production there. But I'll never forget going to the Miele vacuum factory. Just an amazing place where you guys invented the machine that bashes the vacuum against the wall to simulate 20-year life. But going back to my original question is, where do you see vacuums going?
So first of all, yes, traditionally we are a canister floor care vacuum company, but the Miele Triflex has been a worldwide success. I mean, it's unbelievable. This new product, we can't produce enough. I mean, we're still producing a lot, and it's a worldwide success also here in the US. But this is not about replacing our corded canister. It was about adding to our product line to meet changing consumer needs. People today live in different environments, big spaces, small spaces, multi-level spaces. And the Triflex is another option we have for consumers looking for flexibility. And cordless and the 3 different operating positions, that's just a perfect combination. But again, your question was, is that something we're going to continue to push? Absolutely. But it all comes down to the same quality throughout the entire product category, the same commitment to the best and most hygienic cleaning performance. And now, we have a cordless option. So cordless will still be a major point, but I think our canisters will have a place for consumers in the future as well.
Yeah, I've had a canister of yours for 35 years. It's a phenomenal piece. But there's a question I always wanted to ask. It's kind of our last one, but the robot vacuums, are they popular for you, and are they popular as a segment of the vacuum business?
Steve, they are. And we also have a very, very good line of robot vacuums, and it's also part of our lineup. But it's more like I would call it a convenience piece, an additional piece in your household, but it won't replace, for example, a canister vacuum or even a Triflex. So you need an additional vacuum in addition to your robot. I think the robot can do some basic stuff, but if you want to really clean your house and have it done properly and apply all the hygiene you want, you need more than a robot.
The Miele vacuum is probably the best air in your house after the couple filters that you have. Anyway, I want to thank you for talking to me today, and hopefully I'll see you real soon down in Florida.
Steve, thank you so much, and again, big compliments. I love your YouTube channel. I love what you guys doing on the digital side. I think you're a fantastic example of where our industry should be going. So kudos to you, to your team today, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Now that you've heard the inside scoop from Jan and learned about what's next for Miele, let's stop over at one of our showrooms to see these products in action. We've asked one of our salespeople to give us a tour and a more in-depth explanation of the appliances mentioned during our interview.
So here we are in our Hanover showroom, and we want to talk about a Miele dishwasher. Miele is best known for laundry and dishwashers for good reason. In their dishwashers, they're really one of the most reliable and feature-packed dishwashers that you'll find out in the market. For items like crystal and more delicate glass, they're also going to provide the best and most gentle clean for things like that. Miele has also innovated in their dishwashers, and some of the features like you'd find in front-load washing machine, like automatic dispensing, Miele has done a great job in their new lines building that into dishwashers, really first of its kind. And what they have here, if you look, with their auto dose technology and their power disc here, based on the cycle and based on how dirty the dishes are, Miele will dispense the correct amount of detergent that's needed for each cycle. So now it kind of takes the guesswork out of it. You don't have to use the individual packs or gels or any other kind of detergent, where this power disc, again, will dispense the right amount of detergent based on how dirty the dishes are, the type of load that you're doing. Kind of really takes all the guesswork out of it. Miele has really been a pioneer in this technology and really first of its kind out there to add to their other features such as reliability, more gentle on the dishes, really nice adjustability in their racks, and features like water softeners if you're in a place with hard water or anything like that to really provide a more longevity to the lifespan of the dishwasher. For wall ovens, Miele has a big assortment of different styles, different technologies within their series, as well as different kinds of ovens. You'll have traditional wall ovens. You'll also have speed oven combinations where you can have a microwave and oven in one, as well as steam ovens where you'll have the steam and convection in one, which really adds moisture into the food, retains the nutrients, and really overall is a really healthy way of cooking. In addition, what they're really known for is some of their controls in their highest end series like the Master Chef. And what that'll give you is a full touchscreen control, as well as some really cool features like guided cooking. And they'll see this in their Master Chef series. And what that does is anything from something that you've never cooked before, it'll tell you exactly the time needed, the rack positioning within the oven, and really kind of walk you through how to cook it so it comes out really as good as possible. And in addition, you'll see that in their dual fuel ranges as well. Those will also have that Master Chef controls where it gives you that really nice guided cooking, really easy to use in the control panel built into the appliance. Miele also has a full assortment of built-in professional refrigeration. What you'll see here is more of their column refrigeration style, everything from a full wine column, freezer column, and a refrigerator column here. These can come in stainless steel or panel ready to match your custom cabinet panels. In addition, they also have traditional bottom freezer style refrigeration with a French door or a single door up top. Again, that's able to come in stainless steel or panel ready to match your custom cabinets. And also, Miele does offer, in various sizes, some freestanding refrigeration where those will be all stainless steel and don't have the need or ability to be fully built in. So one of the categories that Miele is best known for is laundry, and specifically compact or European laundry as it's commonly known. That's the 24-inch wide, smaller laundry. They're really one of the best, top-of-the-line, most reliable laundries out there. In addition, really feature-packed. What you'll find in their dryer is heat pump technology. With this heat pump technology, it's much more energy efficient, as well as faster drying times, which is one of the common complaints that you'll see with ventless compact drying. The heat pump, again, allows it to be more efficient and give a little bit of a faster dry. Also, Miele in their drums has what they call a honeycomb technology. What that does, it allows the clothes to glide through the drum and really causes much less wear and tear, rips in clothing, especially more delicate items like silk. Again, Miele will be known as one of the most delicate on those more delicate types of clothes like silk and things like that. In addition, in their washer, what you'll see on certain models, they have what they call twindos, and that is an automatic detergent dispensing technology. So again, we'll dispense the right amount of detergent depending on the size of the load, the soil level of the load, and what you're choosing there. So again, takes all the guesswork kind of out of how much detergent to use and when to dispense it at the right exact time for the best clean. That's where the Miele technology really stands out. In the New England market, one of the most common styles is canister vacuums here. Part of the reason for that is in New England, you do have a lot of homes with multi-levels, 2 and 3 floors, and the canister style vacuum really allows you to bring it up and down with a lot more ease than a traditional upright vacuum would, where you add a little bit more weight to that. In addition, what they have more for your easy, quick cleaning, kitchen cleaning is their newer style here, which is their stick vacuum. This can be 3-in-1, that you can use it similar to just a small handheld vacuum. You can move the motor up and down to make it easier and lighter if you're cleaning curtains and higher up in the ceiling and things like that. Or you can just use it like a traditional vacuum here as well. For those that have used this, I will tell you, you will find that you use this almost every day with ease because it's just so much easier to use, so much lighter, and really does a great job cleaning for the style and size that it is. You'll see that these are more bagless, so very easy to empty right above your trash. It keeps it nice and clean. And in addition here, really kind of gives you the flexibility and peace of mind to be able to use it in a lot of different varieties and assortments in the home.
That's it for today's episode. Next week, we'll be interviewing Noel Skirchek, Vice President of Sales for La Cornue, who shares what goes into making a La Cornue range, as well as some of the most unique and customized cooking products in the world. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, if you like what you've learned, don't forget to hit the subscribe for more information about appliances, home renovation tips, and trends. See you next week.